All right, this is Warren Starnes, director of the Skilling Institute, and my first time with him on camera.
Yeah, man.
But
we've been talking about doing this for a long time. It's about time.
Absolutely. Now, so we're at the Tesla, the Extraordinary Technology Conference. You gave a talk about the Photon Genie, electromedicine. But what does the public? This is like still new to the public.
Well, it's old news that's in a new package and more effective than anything in history. So it's kind of electromedicine of the history of the past, beginning in the early 1900s. It incorporates infrared, IR, infrared technology. We've converted it to energy infrared. So it's not just infrared emission, and you have total 100% control of near and far infrared with really controlled dials, and you have 150 feet of noble gas tube technology, krypton, xenon, neon, argon, all the inert gases. And this unique combination developed by Ed Skilling, which he referred to as spirit gas because it re-enlivens the spirit of the body, the energy, the plasma energy field of the body. Quantum physicists have proved ever since the 1970s that if you can bring any coherent balanced energy to the plasma energy field of the body at the heart of every cell, it controls every function of the body. It unleashes unlimited healing potential of the organism, the tissue, the organs, the systems of the body. So the limits to the body are not just chemistry, what you eat, what you drink, chemicals that insult the body. It's the plasma energy field of the body that if you can just tweak it, just spark it, just enhance it, bring any coherent balance of energy to it, it unleashes unlimited healing potential that all of our organs have, but they've been so insulted, so toxic, so limited that you just don't get any good energy anywhere. We're sitting in front of a computer screen. We're sitting in a car that jams toxic energy in the body. Everything mechanical. The energy field of the body is like a little weave. It's like a little web of electric current, an energy communication between the cells of the body, the brain, neuro control of all organs. And anytime you have this well-knit, tight energy that holds us together, makes everything work, controls everything, and you bring some mechanical energy into the field like a cell phone or a computer or anything man-made energetically, it breaks this up, it loosens it, it makes us weak. And you can energy test someone and tell as soon as you bring anything energetic into the field, electromagnetic frequencies, signals, they absolutely break this up. It loosens it up. We go weak. And if you sit in front of a computer screen all day for about 8 hours, and we've all done it, at the end of the day, you're still Adam. I'm still Warren. I feel pretty good, but I know I don't feel like I did at the beginning of the day. And on the way home, I'm just like zapped. And it takes hours or the next day for you notice that you got over it. So all of these insults every day, we correct them by putting a positive plasma energy bath, electron bath of the body. The body absorbs all of this and brings immediate coherence. Anytime you get this immediate coherence to the energy field, now your liver's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 detoxing more efficiently, producing more glutathione, was an anti-cancer inhibitor, antioxidant. So all these bad things that plague us today is no wonder because we're running around in toxic energy fields constantly. Every building with wiring creates a Faraday cage effect, and we're the little animal inside that just gradually just gets weaker and weaker. You get out and get very little sun, but you feel better. It charges you up. Come back in the building, now you're just getting weak, breaking your strong energy field up again. So the Photon Genius is the biggest breakthrough to change this. Every time you get it, it has a lasting, permanent effect.
Right. The interesting thing, we have this logical sense that just simply getting older makes all of these degenerative things happen, and it really isn't that. Well, you just described it.
You go to the doctor and he says, you get your blood tests back and do all these tests, and well, we can't figure out exactly what's wrong, but you definitely got some serious symptoms. We need to do some more tests. Well, it's easy to see why we need to go to the doctor is because you can't be under this bombarding of toxic energy without making you weak long enough that organs aren't functioning efficiently. You're not as live as you should be, and you can't be strong around things that make you weak. And, you know, when you go to the doctor, one of the first things he does is if he gets any tests back and he doesn't see anything really glaring, you don't see some big knot somewhere in your body, what they say is, well, how old are you? Right. Well, and whatever age you say, well, see there. And, you know, the other thing they blame it on is your genes. They all current scientific research indicates that the genes are only responsible for 1% of all diagnosable chronic disease. So it's the number 1 and 2 things that we are taught to blame our sickness, our weakness, our disease on as well. After all, I am 40, you know, and that's a kid. Right. After all, I am 50 or 60 or 70, whatever. Well, that's no reason. There are causes for the effects in the body. Just because they can't energetically test you to diagnose, track down these weaknesses, find out what these infections are, doesn't do much good to track them down anyway. They don't know how to get rid of them. The only thing they can give you is like antibiotics or drugs or some surgical procedure. They don't work on infections. They don't work on insults, candida, fungus, mold. You know, cancer is the ultimate chronic infection. They don't know what to do about infections. The average person's running around with a dozen low-grade, non-presenting infections in their body at all times. You don't know you got them because you're taught to believe if you feel okay, you are okay. Well, non-presenting, symptomatic infections, you're never going to know it unless you find some advanced healer, energy worker who can test and locate where these infections are. The Genius is the biggest power tool. Whether you know you got them or not, it's going to zap them. It disinfects every capillary of your blood. That's how they transport. That's how they get the toxic food to support them. So it's a power tool par excellence.
Wow. Well, we got a lot more to learn about these things, but this is certainly a good primer. All right.
It's a start.
Thanks for sure.
And we made it on camera.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Warren.
More.
Okay.